So this is the Vivo V23 and Vivo V23 Pro. We already covered the Vivo V23 Pro, you can watch it over here, but the Vivo V23 arrived a bit late and this is Vivo's best selling smartphone series in India. Vivo V23 Pro costs around 38,990 and Vivo V23 costs 29,990. So now Vivo charges a bit premium for the cameras. See, Vivo V23 comes with Dimensity 920, which Xiaomi 11i offers for 24,999. So you're paying a bit extra for better camera. And this color changing back if you're into it. Now have a look at these selfies. Almost flawless, right? But this is a studio environment with good lights, perfect black background. But you won't take photos in such environment, studio light environment. You will take photos out here in the streets. So we stepped out of the studio for you to take some real life photos. Take a look at both the selfies, A and B. Guess which one's Vivo V23 Pro and which one's Vivo V23. A is Vivo V23 and B is Vivo V23 Pro. And here in this image, the detail on the shirt, dynamic range looks almost similar. There is a slight difference in the color tone, but the selfie hardware on both the smartphone is the same. The tiny difference is due to the processor. The Vivo V23 has Dimensity 920 while the Vivo V23 Pro has Dimensity 1200. So the ISP which processes the image or the chip is different in both the phones. So there will be a tiny 5% difference, but the sharpness, dynamic range will almost be the same. And here, have a look at this video sample. So this is the video through the front camera of the Vivo V23 and V23 Pro. So this is 4K 30 FPS. You can have an idea of the video quality as well as how good the mic is. And this, as you can hear, there is a lot of traffic noise. Both the microphone quality as well as the video quality is almost the same. One major difference is that the Dimensity 920 cannot do 4K 60 FPS. So the Vivo V23 can do max 4K 30 FPS on the front and the rear camera. So we'll only talk about Vivo V23 going forward because that's the phone you guys are most interested in. And we'll also leave Google Drive links for you guys to check out the photo in case you are interested in it.
So here's a weird thing about me. Even after shooting videos for YouTube for so much years, I still feel a bit awkward to shoot in public. But I have this good habit that whenever I turn on the camera, I get easily distracted away from what's happening around me.
Now here this video that we shot in 4K 30 FPS, the stabilization was good when I was walking, but we were trying to bright up the face, the background was all overexposed, and when I started running, the stabilization was all off. Now the Vivo V series has a 50 megapixel f2.0 front camera and an 8 megapixel f2.2 wide angle camera. We took a lot of selfies and here if you see I have a bright light on top of me. Now once I click the selfie, the HDR does a pretty good job and everything is well balanced. Again, my face is a bit bright, which I think a lot of people will like. Like no one likes selfie where your face is underexposed. So now you might be wondering why this huge notch, because see here, this is S21 FE 5G. It has a 32 megapixel camera, but it is inside a punch hole. So why this huge notch on the Vivo? It could be a punch hole, right? Well, Vivo has two cameras, and secondly, the 50 megapixel sensor is quite big and it also has autofocus, so it needs space. See here the difference in sharpness between the two photos. If you zoom in, the detail in my beard, sweater and the Rode microphone is better on the Vivo V23. And also, the natural bokeh that you get because of the larger 50 megapixel sensor is eye-pleasing if you can notice. Also, the notch enables an extra 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. So you can occasionally take videos and photos from the ultra wide angle camera, but you can use it as an utility for the perspective. In good daylight, the photos come out good, but the sharpness, stabilization and the quality isn't as good as the main sensor.
So while we came inside the mall to take some camera samples, but Manu has to buy a suit for a wedding, so fun little detour. And this is the ultra wide angle camera.
Now we have done two videos on these phones, but the hardest question is, what is the color of these phones? It's blue, it's golden, it's green, I don't know. I can't explain it in words. It changes every time.
So the sun is setting a bit and we are waiting for the light to go down so we can take some low light selfies and photos as well as that spotlight video.
So we waited through the night because I was excited to check the low light performance of the Vivo V23 and tell you guys.
Now the thing is, it's gotten very cold and we are having some tea over here, but it's damn cold.
So a lot of people now ask, why would you take photos in such extreme low lights using spotlight? Well, you are right, you wouldn't take photos in such dark environment. But before Pixel and Huawei invented the night mode, people didn't used to take photos in extreme low light. So the tech enabled you to do it. So same here. The tech enables you to take videos or photos in extreme low light, which boosts creativity and video ideas, so win-win for everyone. Another thing, this Vivo Spotlight camera works in third-party apps like WhatsApp, Snapchat, Instagram, but it works only for photos. It does not work in videos. Like, they should push this in an update or maybe the next version. Like, it would be so cool to do WhatsApp video calls or Zoom calls or Meet calls using this Spotlight front flash. Another major difference between Vivo V23 and Vivo V23 Pro is the rear camera. See, Vivo V23 Pro has an 108 megapixel main sensor, 8 megapixel ultra wide and 2 megapixel macro camera. Now, the Vivo V23 also has an 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro camera, but the main sensor is 64 megapixel instead of 108 megapixel. So in real life, I noticed the photos are a bit wide on the Vivo V23 Pro. Like, see here, this photo of the logo. But at times, I found the color tone of the Vivo V23 much more natural. Like, have a look at this Manu's photo. Overall, the sharpness, quality, dynamic range is more or less the same on both the cameras. Also, you get other video features because it is a camera phone. You get slow-mo videos. You get this dual video mode. So it can be your front camera and rear camera, or you can switch between dual rear, or you can also make it front and wide angle camera. So here's a funny thing that we noticed while shooting photos. If you open the camera app and if you switch to the front portrait selfie, the blur is by default off. And now if I take a photo, see, there's no blur, zero blur. But now if you click on F and you decrease the f-stop to suppose 2.8, and now if I take a selfie, there is blur. So this is very funny. Like, in portrait mode, why would you keep the blur off by default? But more or less, you're paying 9,000 extra for the Vivo V23 Pro because of Dimensity 1200, slightly better rear camera and features, and a slightly larger 4200 mAh battery. So if you're a content creator on Instagram or YouTube Shorts or even YouTube, the front camera is really the best at this price range. I would recommend getting the Vivo V23. It's priced well at 29,990 and is a really good selfie camera phone. However, if you want a better rear camera experience, I would say get the Vivo X60 at 34,990. It is much better deal than the Vivo V23 Pro. And plus, you can also get a lot of discounts on the offline store, so it's better to once check price offline as well. On that note, this is Pradeep signing off. You can watch our other videos on Vivo X60 here. See ya pretty soon.